Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are jumping right into a really intense scene from R.K. Narayan's classic story. And trust me, it's about way more than just a kid getting in trouble. It's a powerful look at what happens when absolute authority clashes with individual defiance, and when a child is pushed right to their breaking point.
All right, let's get into it. The scene just explodes into life with these words from the headmaster. I mean, think about it. There's no build-up, no good morning. It's just bam, immediate accusation. This one line just instantly creates this hostile, super intimidating vibe in the classroom.
So you can just picture this guy, right? He's got a slightly flushed face and a hard, ominous look in his eyes. He is not there to teach. No. He is there to preside over a trial, his own personal courtroom. You can just feel the dread in the air as he starts his interrogation of all the kids who were absent.
So first, he reads out the names and makes them stand on their benches. But oh no, that is not nearly humiliating enough for him. He escalates it. In a move that's just calculated to maximize their shame, he orders them to stand up on their actual desks. He's literally turning them into a public spectacle for the whole class to stare at.
So you've got these poor kids literally standing on their desks for everyone to see. And now the headmaster starts calling them up one by one to explain themselves. And what we get is this kind of grim but fascinating parade of excuses that get more and more desperate as each kid tries to escape his anger. Now, this is where you really see the headmaster's method. It is systematic cruelty. A kid says he had a headache? Boom. Where's your medical certificate? Another says some guy on the street told him school was canceled. He gets flogged for being so gullible. And then you get to the grandmother excuse, which is just unbelievable. The poor kid gets trapped in this absurd lie about having a second grandmother, and it ends with a caning and a suspension. The punishments just keep getting worse and worse. And all this time, our main character, Swaminathan, is just watching this happen, knowing his turn is coming. As it gets closer, the whole story shifts. We're not just watching the scene anymore. We are pulled right inside Swamy's terrified mind. And this just perfectly captures it, doesn't it? He is trapped up on that desk, completely exposed, totally vulnerable. The author calls it eminence, which is so ironic. This is no position of honor. It's a position of deep humiliation, and he's feeling the full weight of the headmaster's authority pressing down on him. He is just frozen, completely paralyzed by fear. He can't even look at his friend Rajam, who's sitting just a few benches away. He gets fixated on the back of his friend's head, on his pink ears, just wishing he could disappear, that anything could just block him from view. He's so lost in this spiral of panic, he's basically deaf to the world. He doesn't even hear the headmaster asking him a question, not until he feels the sharp, stinging crack of the cane on his body. It's a violent, painful jolt right back to reality. Okay, so let's get to the climax of this whole interrogation. You can just feel the pressure building, and you know something is about to snap. So what's Swamy gonna say? Well, his mind is racing, just flooded with these disjointed, heroic fantasies. He's imagining he's some political martyr who got stoned by protesters. But that's all in his head. In reality, he's so scared he can't even get out a simple lie about a headache. And here's the thing. The headmaster has zero patience. He doesn't even wait for Swamy to stammer out a lie. He just switches tactics. See, he doesn't need an excuse from Swamy because he thinks he already has proof. He calls for the peon to come in as a witness. The peon shows up, gives Swamy this sinister look, and then just delivers the final blow with this question. He accuses Swamy of breaking the ventilator panes in the headmaster's office. And the thing is, Swamy actually did it. And that's it. He's caught. There is absolutely no escape. Can you imagine that feeling? All Swamy can do is stare back at the headmaster, his eyes filling with tears, as the man just roars, "I will kill you if you keep on staring without answering my question." He gets another sharp whack on the back, but right here, in this moment, something inside him just snaps. The fear doesn't go away, not at all, but it gets overwhelmed by this new feeling, defiance. He knows he's guilty, he knows he's done for, and suddenly, he doesn't even care to deny it anymore. So, he's been pushed way, way past his limit, and all that terror, all that fear, it finally morphs into something else. It becomes this sudden, explosive, totally unplanned act of rebellion. Another blow lands, and and he finally speaks. But his words, they're not a plea for mercy. This simple, honest statement is almost an invitation. It's a declaration of fact that dares the headmaster to just keep going.
And you know what? The headmaster accepts that invitation. He brings the cane down hard on Swamy 4 more times, and every single blow just fuels the fire that's building up inside this kid. With every single pore on his body just burning from the cane, Swamy is suddenly filled with this courage. But the story is really clear about this. This is not the courage of a hero. This is the raw, powerful courage that is born from pure desperation, the kind you find when you have absolutely nothing left to lose. And in that moment of desperate courage, he acts. He jumps down from the desk, grabs his books, and just flees the classroom, muttering these final words of rebellion under his breath as he runs. And that leaves us with this powerful question, one that resonates way beyond this classroom. Was Swamy's final act one of courage, or was it one of desperation? Was it a heroic stand, or was it just the last resort of a cornered, terrified child? Maybe the most profound truth here is that sometimes when you're facing that kind of absolute power, they are one and the same.